Hey everyone, and welcome back to Old Charles. Have you ever been handed a big, chunky $50 in your change and wondered, is this thing worth anything? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most common, yet most asked about coins in American history, the 1974 Kennedy $50. This coin. It's a piece of the 1970s. It has a famous face on it, and millions upon millions of them were made. So, the million-dollar question, or should I say, the $50 question, what is the 1974 $50 value? Is it just 50 cents, or could you have a small fortune hiding in your pocket change? Stick around, because the answer is more interesting than you might think. To understand the 1974 $50, we have to go back a bit. The Kennedy $50 was first minted in 1964, just months after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was a way for a grieving nation to memorialize a beloved leader. That first year, they were struck in 90% silver, and they were an instant sensation. People hoarded them, they cherished them. They never really circulated as everyday money. But by 1974, things had changed dramatically. The U.S. had officially removed silver from most circulating coinage. The quarter and dime were now made of copper-nickel cladding. And the $50? Its silver content was reduced to 40% from 1965 to 1970, and by 1971, it was gone. The 1974 Kennedy $50 is made of the same composition we still use today, an inner core of pure copper, sandwiched by outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. So, right off the bat, there's no intrinsic precious metal value here. Its value comes from two things, its face value of 50 cents, and its numismatic value, what collectors are willing to pay for it. And that, depends on a few key factors. Has a small D mint mark on the obverse, the front, right below Kennedy's neck. They made 79,066, 300 coins. Now, look at those numbers. Over 200 million from Philadelphia. This is not a rare coin. The Denver mintage is lower, but still, 79 million is a huge number. So, in circulated condition, coins that have been in pockets and cash registers, both the 1974 P and the 1974 D are extremely common. If you find one in your pocket change or in a bankroll, it's almost certainly just worth 50 cents. You can spend it, or you can save it because it's a cool, large-format coin. But from a pure investment perspective, the regular circulated 1974 $50 is not a moneymaker. But here's where it gets interesting. We've been talking about circulated coins. The real story for the 1974 $50 is in its condition. Remember, people weren't really spending these. So, while many entered circulation, the mints also sold coins directly to collectors in pristine condition. This is a 1974 P $50 in mint state condition, specifically MS-65. MS stands for mint state, meaning it never entered circulation. It has no wear, no bag marks, nothing. The luster is original and fantastic. For a coin this common, the price in lower mint state, like MS-60 to MS-63, is still pretty low, maybe $2 to $5. But as you climb the grading scale, the population of coins in top-tier condition thins out dramatically. In 1974 or 1974, D-graded MS-66 or MS-67 can easily bring $30, $40, or even more at auction. Why? Because finding a coin with virtually no contact marks from the minting and bagging process is challenging, even with a mintage of 200 million. Now, for those of you thinking, okay, but I want silver. Well, you're in luck. There is a version of the 1974 $50 that contains silver, but you won't find it in circulation. This is a 1974 S-proof coin. The S means it was made at the San Francisco Mint, which exclusively produced proof coins for collectors. These were sold in special sets directly from the U.S. Mint. Now, pay attention, because this is crucial. The San Francisco Mint made two types of proof halves in 1974. The standard version is made of the same copper nickel as the circulation strikes. It's a beautiful coin, worth about $3 to $5. But the 40% silver proof is the one you want. How can you tell the difference if it's not in its original packaging? The silver version is heavier and won't stick to a magnet. But the easiest way is often the sound. The silver one has a distinctive, higher-pitched ping when you tap it. A 1974 silver proof in perfect PR 69 condition is worth around $12 to $18. It's not a fortune, but it's a very affordable way to own a beautiful, modern silver coin. Alright, we've covered the regular issues. But what if I told you there are 1974 half dollars that are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? For that, we have to enter the world of errors and varieties. A doubling of the design elements, like the lettering or date, caused during the die-making process. A strong doubled die obverse on a 1974 half dollar would be a significant find. Off-center strikes *** where the coin isn't struck perfectly in the collar. Clipped planchets *** where a section of the metal blank is missing before striking. Finding a 1974 half dollar with a dramatic, verified error could turn this 50-cent piece into a coin worth $100, $500, or more. If you think you have one, the key is to look very closely and, if you suspect something, have it verified by an expert or a grading service like PCGS or NGC.so. Let's answer the question we started with. What is the 1974 half dollar value? For the vast majority of them, the 1974 P and 1974 D, it's 50 cents. They are common, fun pieces of history, but if you have one in absolutely pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth $10 to $40. The US half dollar, often called the 50-cent piece, has a history that mirrors the nation itself. It's a story of founding fathers, economic upheaval, artistic expression, technological change, and a shifting role in everyday life. The very first half dollars featured a portrait of Liberty with flowing hair on the obverse and a small, scrawny eagle on the reverse. These are exceptionally rare and valuable today. The design was quickly changed to the draped bust Liberty, first with the small eagle and then with the heraldic eagle. These early coins were minted in small quantities and were a workhorse of early American commerce. This design, first by John Reich, featured a Liberty wearing a cap. It evolved from a large size with lettered edges to a smaller, reeded edge version. This was the longest-running design for the half dollar, spanning over 50 years. Christian Gobrecht's design of Liberty seated on a rock, holding a shield and a pole with a Liberty cap, symbolized stability and strength. This period saw the addition of mottos like, "In God We Trust," 1866, due to increased religious sentiment during the Civil War. Named for its designer, Chief Engraver Charles E. Barber, this coin featured a classical head of Liberty on the obverse. While technically proficient, the design is often described as staid and uninspired compared to what came next in 1916. The U.S. Mint held a competition to redesign the dime, quarter, and half dollar. The winner for the half dollar was Adolphe Weinman, a student of the famous sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens. The Walking Liberty half dollar is widely considered one of the most beautiful coins ever minted by the United States. The obverse features Lady Liberty striding confidently towards the dawn, draped in the American flag. The reverse depicts a majestic American eagle rising from a mountain crag. This coin symbolized American optimism, strength, and freedom during 2 world wars and the Great Depression. Its aesthetic appeal is so enduring that its obverse design was adapted for the American Silver Eagle bullion coin starting in 1986. Following World War II, the Mint decided to honor another founding father, Benjamin Franklin. The Franklin half dollar, designed by John R. Sinek, featured a portrait of Franklin on the obverse and the Liberty Bell on the reverse. A small eagle was added to the right of the Liberty Bell to satisfy legal requirements that an eagle appear on certain silver coins. This design was more modern and less allegorical than the Walking Liberty, but it is still fondly remembered by collectors today. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in November 1963 prompted an immediate and heartfelt public demand for a coin to honor him. The half dollar, as a large and prominent coin, was chosen. The swift change **** Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts' existing presidential medal portrait of JFK was used for the obverse. Assistant engraver Frank Gasparo's design of the presidential seal was adapted for the reverse. The coin was rushed into production and released in March 1964. The 1964 Silver Crisis ***, the 1964 Kennedy half dollar was the last U.S. circulating half dollar to be minted in 90% silver ***. Public hoarding of these sentimental coins was immense. Combined with a nationwide silver shortage, this led the U.S. to eliminate silver from most circulating coinage. 1965-1970 ***, the half dollar's composition was changed to a 40% silver-clad structure, minted only for collectors in special mint sets and proof sets. 1971, present ***, with the Coinage Act of 1970, all silver was removed from the circulating half dollar. Since 1971, it has been made of the same copper-nickel clad composition as the quarter and dime. The end of silver marked a major turning point for the half dollar. Loss of popularity ***, without precious metal content, public interest waned. The coin's large size made it inconvenient to carry, and vending machines largely rejected it. Limited circulation ***, while still legal tender, the half dollar virtually disappeared from everyday commerce after the mid-1970s. The mint continued to produce them, but primarily for collectors and in annual proof sets. Niche roll ***. For decades, the half dollar's main purpose was numismatic. The U.S. Mint has issued special editions, such as